blocked in Tunisia. And Anonymous got wind of that. They then intervened, at first solely for the purposes of stopping the kind of censorship that was happening. They did some DDoSing. And this was a time period where they were getting involved with what I would call non-internet-y social movements and building lines of solidarity.
My name's Pete Fine. You can call me an internaut or a hacktivist. Telecomics is an ad hoc cluster of volunteer net activists who have spent much of the last year trying to keep the internet running in the Middle East. During that time, we saw the Tunisian government not only censoring and filtering the internet, but also doing some kind of technical trickery to steal people's Facebook passwords and delete their posts and see who was posting what, and fake posts, stuff like that.
Some Tunisian hackers came to us. They were members of Anonymous, and I didn't even know we had members of Anonymous in Tunisia, so it was a shock to me. And they had the keys to some parts of the kingdom, so to speak, when it came to the dictator in Tunisia. We went in on behalf of those Tunisian Anons, and we helped them get that and extract it, and then it went to WikiLeaks.
The Tunisians overthrew Ben Ali, who was kind of a repressive dictator. A revolution that was facilitated by the internet, by Facebook and by Twitter. Not caused by it. I mean, 50 years of dictatorship has caused the Arab Spring. But the internet has certainly been helping.
There's a video where they are thanking us for being involved, holding up a map saying we were the only one who stood by their side. For me, it was awesome to hear that and to feel the connection.
The same group of hackers that target anti-WikiLeaks sites have now turned their attention to Egypt.
In kind of the lead up to the Egyptian revolution, we would tweet on people's behalf. We would get people from Egypt who were unable to access Twitter on their own on our IRC network, and we would take reports from them and tweet them out using our account to kind of help them get the word out about what they were experiencing.
Some of this shit is personal. And one of the things about the movement as a whole, when Egypt rolled around, is that Egypt broke us emotionally. Watching in real time with live feeds that we helped set up, Egyptians get massacred with machine guns. It was different, and I have never in cyber activism wept before. It's never bothered me like that. It's never been able to touch me the way Egypt touched me.
It was fucked up that we were watching people killed for no reason other than leaving their homes, that these people had every right to freedom, that they had every right to choose their government.
And then January 27th, January 28th rolls around, and the Egyptian government starts shutting down the internet. I mean, just for the whole country. There's this fantastic traffic graph that you can see the traffic coming out of Egypt, and it looks like, like this. Just totally stops. And we were just shocked. I mean, we were just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? To think that a country would completely cut itself off as much as it was able to from the outside world was pretty unthinkable. We know bad things go on in the dark places.
And suddenly it got quiet. I remember that somehow burned into my brain that first Twitter was flooded and suddenly everything was quiet.
That's the kind of thing that could start riots. I think when Mubarak did what he did, I think it really upset people here as well as in the Middle East.
I put myself in their place, and I found myself in a desert of nothingness because he just wiped out everything that my world incorporated. That just showed me and everybody else that the same thing can happen at any time, at anywhere, in any government.
Anonymous and the people on the internet stood up and said, go fuck yourself. You want to shut down their internet? Fine. The people on the internet will show them how to turn it back on.
A lot of my friends helped with encryption, helped people on the ground in those countries validate SSL keys and certificates, and really showed them how to subvert their government and become free.
And then Telecomics started to tweet connections to the internet, dial-up connections.
In Egypt, the care package we put together included some kind of our comms information, the ham radio and dial modem details. In total, we helped coordinate and run about 500 dial-up modem lines. We also Googled up treatments for tear gas and other kind of basic medical treatment and found folks who could translate that into Arabic. Sort of put this together in a nice one-page PDF and fax, and off it goes.
I think the most effective thing was shutting down government websites. We're taking your dictator's web pages down.
President Hosni Mubarak has decided to step down from the office of President of the Republic.
When Mubarak left, it was a hell yeah moment. People can rise up. People can make a change. And I think for a lot of people in America, it was the first time they had seen people rise up and take down their government and say, we're sick of this shit. We're sick of the oppression. We're sick of living as slaves to your power.
We had Egyptians come thank us as we're doing this stuff, and I said to them, like, look, you guys just get our back if stuff goes down here.
Although it was awesome and it was one part we were fighting for me it was quite clear that it's not the end of the story. That it's not suddenly changing into rainbows and 9 cats or whatever, but that we now have to watch even